Jeremy TV.
Hey, it's Jeremy here, and I just wanted to do a quick introduction for some footage that I recorded a few weeks ago, actually. I'd mentioned that we were going to do a vacation, and we did end up going to that vacation, had a great time. We took our travel trailer to Colorado. My brother and his family took a trailer, and then my parents took their RV, and we had a good time. It was a good trip. We were gone like 10 nights. But before the trip, we went to my parents' house, and they live right by my grandparents. My grandparents loaned me their pickup to pull the travel trailer on the trip. We've got an Expedition that we pull it around with, but it's got a lot of miles on it, and I don't really want to put the strain of mountain driving and being that far from home in case something goes wrong. I just don't trust it as much as I would like to on a trip like that. So they were kind enough to loan me their 3/4 ton Ford diesel. But the purpose of that trip was twofold. The first part was to go borrow the truck, but the second part was to go pick up some rocks. And my grandfather owns some land that's got a lot of rocks. I mean, big rocks, like rocks that weigh several hundred pounds. We had put 2 rocks out previously that my dad found and thought would look cool. My wife liked them, so we brought them home. We went up and got the truck, and then brought back my dad's flatbed trailer and some rocks, and got some good footage of loading them and also unloading them this time at home. My tractor, they were not huge rocks, so I was able to unload them with the front end loader and set them out in the yard. But I didn't record an introduction for that footage, and wanted to do that now. Alright, so we're up at my mom and dad's place again. We're on my grandpa's land, and we're looking at some rock here to take back home.
Here, let me get around to show you what we're kind of doing.
Alright. I'm just doing this for me.
Oh, okay.
Now we're up here getting a couple of rocks to take back home and put in the yard, kind of even out the motif. And a little windy, but it's kind of warm, sweating pretty good and humid, but it's not too bad. Wind's blowing, so it's not too bad. Sure a pretty view from up here. So there's the first rock we got, and we're going to see if Mama likes it. Alright, so there he is. He's going to pilot that dude right on over and set it in this little trailer. And then we'll get it loaded up on the bigger trailer when we head back home. And I'll update you on why we're up here to start with. Not for the rocks, but I thought we'd kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Got 1 more to go. That tractor is my grandpa's old Farmall. I don't know how old that is. Probably a 30s or 40 model. It's old. It's not real big. We are now climbing. I mean, big time climbing. Might not be able to ride this out. Hanging on like crazy right now. This is the hill that my grandpa used to play on growing up.
It's a little bigger. Don't look at it. That's too big.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's too big.
Don't get on. I'm going back down.
Okay.
We'll go down there on the other side of the fence a little, okay?
Okay. Good view up here. I used to come up here as a kid and play on this hill before my grandpa ever even owned it.
now since my grandpa owns it.
What's that? Yeah, I can't see it from here hardly.
I don't know how big it is. I can't tell.
Keep it in mind.
All right. All right.
Put that Farmall up here one day. Holy shit. I was afraid I was going to turn it over.
I bet. Yeah, it's pretty steep. The video probably doesn't do it any justice, but it's a steep little climb we just made. Wasn't very long, 10 or 20 yards, but it's steep. There's lots of rocks on this hill, and my dad's used some for stuff that he's done, and we've got 2 of them in our yard right now. I wish I had showed us unloading them. One of them's pretty good size. We had to unload it on a piece of kind of a skid that my dad had built. We just drug it off the trailer with my tractor. It wasn't big enough to pick it up. The smaller rock we just picked up with the front end loader and set it down, but we couldn't handle the bigger one. And that rock we just looked at up there was a nice rock, but it was too big for my tractor to carry probably. So we're going to go look for something a little bit smaller. We've got 2 rocks in the yard right now, and the way they're set up between the trees, they don't really look even. So we're going to put 2 more rocks out and hopefully even it out. Huh? So we found one we think might be a good candidate. Well, I don't know. Come see what you think about how thick it is. I don't know if I can lift it or not.
I don't know if you can lift it.
That's true.
Up to you.
Uh-oh.
Rocket did it.
Okay, so we had to get a different one. The last one we went to lift it, broke the C-clamp, a little bit too heavy, so I'm pretty sure my little tractor couldn't lift it. And I didn't want to risk breaking another C-clamp, so we got this one a little bit smaller and a little bit lighter. So I think this will be good. Wrong. So we are slowly picking our way through the rocks. There's a lot of rocks up here, and it's sloped ground, and we don't want to get to the situation where you can roll over. We're going very slow. You can see we're just creeping along. That's how you want to do it.
Okay. I think we're all right now.
So when you do a job, you might be wondering why that brush hog is still on there. Maybe because it didn't want to unhook it, but when you do a job like this, where you've got a lot of weight on that front end, it's great to have ballast on the back side, you know, in the form of a box blade or a brush hog. You know, that brush hog's heavy, and it sits way out there on the back, so it's providing a pretty good leverage against that load on the front. Whereas if you didn't have that on the back, the tractor's heavy, but sometimes it's not heavy enough to leverage the load on the front. So it's good to have ballast of some sort, especially when you're working on these uneven surfaces like we're on right now. Some of this stuff's been pretty slopey, and you don't want to get in a situation where you turn the tractor over. They do have roll bars, but that's to keep you alive if that thing rolls over, not to necessarily save the equipment, which it might do, but also might not. All right, so I'm driving now, and I'm just going to creep down the hill because I've got this big rock hanging off the back end. And I said back end, I meant front end. I'm just going real slow right now. Creeping down this hill. If you hit the level spot, I'll speed it up a little bit.
Alright, so yesterday I got some footage of picking up those rocks that we were going to bring from my grandpa's hill, and we're going to put those out in the yard. We'd put a couple of other rocks back a month or two ago just out in the yard kind of as decoration, and based on where we put the trees and the rocks, things kind of didn't really look like they balanced out, so we needed two more relatively smaller rocks to add to that, and so now we're going to put those out in the yard. I didn't document us taking those off the trailer, but I wish I had done that because it was a pretty fun process. One of them was too big to even pick up with the front end loader, so we drug it on a piece of plywood and it worked well. But I will go get the tractor and come over and lift those off the trailer and then drop those in the yard, and hopefully give you some good footage of that process, and I'll see you on the other side. But I do want to show you the truck that we'll be using next week, and I want to document our trip as thoroughly as I can. But that's it right there. It needs a bath. It's been sitting in the barn. It's kind of dusty. He doesn't drive it a lot, but I think it's a 2010, but it's a 3/4 ton 4-wheel drive King Ranch Ford diesel. I think it's the 6.4 liter diesel engine, maybe, if I'm not mistaken. But it's a good truck. We used it last year to go on our trip to California with the travel trailer, and it just hauled like a champ. It was really comfortable, pulled well, and it was a nice set of wheels to be riding around in for 5,000 miles. So we were fortunate enough that my grandparents let us use this truck again this year, and we're going to go to Colorado this time. So anyway, I'm going to go get that tractor and get started on this little project, because I have a lot of stuff to do today. I've got a lot of drone footage to edit, and I've got a trip to get ready for, and I've got to mow this week, so got a lot of stuff to get ready for before we can go on this trip. So I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, because I'm trying to build this channel, and every like and comment that I get helps the channel grow and helps more people see the videos out there. If you like the type of stuff that you see on this channel, go ahead and click the subscribe button if you have not already. And if you have any questions, comments, or just want to check in where you're watching from, drop that in the comment section right down below. Yeah, I know you're waiting for some crazy gesture. I wanted to do one, but I'm driving, and I thought it'd be safer to drive than to do a crazy gesture like kapow! See, I still managed to work it in. Hope to see you soon. Thanks for watching.